Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have an excellent show. Very interesting one. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, this one is interesting because I think we can use a show like this to really tackle a very important thing that's a part of sports, especially NBA now, which has become like pretty much all NBA conversation is these days, which is stats, right? Everything now is about stats, and stats have been used in ways to propel players to levels that they never deserved to be in. And it has been used to tell stories that no one should ever have read or listened to. Like Kenny Smith said, there are three types of lies. There are lies, damn lies, and stats. Why did Kenny say this? Because stats can paint whatever picture the person, whatever picture that the painter is trying to paint, they can use it with stats. I came across an article today that really illustrated this. And it's from Fadeaway World with the following headline. Listen to this. LeBron James has near identical stats for first 806 games and last 806 games of his 23 NBA career. And I said to myself, thank you, Jesus, for these people writing this article. Now we can expose these fools. But before we even get into it, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, PrizePicks. All right, guys, it's that time of the year. The playoff push is on. Tournament hoops are in full swing. And there's no better way to cash in if you're right on all the clutch buckets and slam dunks than PrizePicks, where it's always good to be right. I finally jumped into their Team Picks feature, and I have no idea why I waited this long. First time I tried it, I was picking game winners and totals on basketball, and I actually came out right on my first one. But even more than that, watching the game just hits different. Every bucket, every run, every late game stop actually meant something. And here's what makes it even better. It's not just individual games. On PrizePicks, you can pick who cuts down the nets, who wins the whole thing, who takes home the MVP, tournament, playoffs, even the international baseball tournament. You can call your own shot on all of it and cash in if you're right. Team Picks are live right now in 35 states. That's California, Texas, Georgia, Washington, and more, all in the same PrizePicks app you already know. Download the PrizePicks apps today and pick your first game winner, spread, or total as the playoff push rolls on, and get $50 in daily fantasy lineups when you play your first $5 lineup when you use code CLNS. That's code CLNS to get $50 in daily fantasy lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks is good to be right. Let's continue on. LeBron James has built a career on consistency. Now there is a stat that puts that consistency into perspective. Through his first 806 NBA games, LeBron averaged 27.8, 7.4 rebounds, 6.9 assists. He shot 48% from the field and 32.8% from three. The King also won 4 MVP awards, 2 championships, 2 finals MVPs. Made 9 All-Star teams and 9 All-NBA teams. LeBron also earned 5 All-First NBA team selections and won a scoring title, along with 2 Olympic gold medals. Now look at his last 806 games. LeBron has averaged 26.5 points, 8.1 rebounds, 8 assists. He is shooting 52% from the field, 35% from three. In that span, he added 2 more championships, 2 more finals MVPs. He made 14 All-NBA teams and 13 NBA teams. He also led the league in assists, won an NBA Cup, earned another gold medal, and was named Olympic MVP. Those numbers are identical. The impact is just as strong. That is the story. Most players decline after their first decade, but that wasn't the case for LeBron. The Akron Hammer evolved. He was an explosive scorer and elite defender. LeBron attacked the rim, played above the rim, and overwhelmed teams with his athleticism. That version dominated with the Cavaliers and later became even more complete with Miami. The second half of his career tells a different story. LeBron has become more of a playmaker. His scoring dipped slightly, but his efficiency improved. His three-point shooting improved. Rebound and assists increased. He controlled the games with pace and decision-making instead of pure athleticism. That shift started late in Miami, peaked during his return to Cleveland, and carried into his time with the Los Angeles Lakers. And then the article goes on and on and on and on. What are my thoughts about this? This is why stats are deceiving. This is the reason why stats are deceiving. These people are playing basketball with a sheet of paper. They don't even watch basketball. Comparing the LeBron of the first 8 years or 806 games to the LeBron of the last 806 games and saying that these guys are similar players is laughable. It's patently absurd. That first 800 games LeBron is a totally different player than this LeBron. Why? Number one, that version was more athletic. Stylistically, I think LeBron's first stint with the Cavs, his game looked better stylistically to me than it did since he went from when he went to Miami and onwards. I don't like the way his game looks at all. I think his game is ugly as hell to watch. Miami LeBron, Cleveland LeBron, Lakers LeBron, I can't stand the way his game looks. The first Cleveland LeBron, his game had a little bit more fluidity to it, and it looked a little bit more smoother to me. That's just me. I don't like the whole herky jerky and I don't like it, right? I don't like it. I think it's ugly as hell to watch. But so stylistically, they're two different players. In terms of effect, you cannot tell me that a LeBron averaging 25, 7, and 7 in his first stint with the Cavs and a LeBron with the Lakers averaging 25, 7, and 7 is the same player. If you think so, you're an idiot. There's no other way to say it. That guy had a greater impact on games than this guy right now, even with identical numbers. That guy was a way better defender. He was faster, more athletic. He can do more on the floor than this guy right here. He had a higher motor. What these two numbers don't take into context is the eras. You had a crossover in eras. The era that LeBron started in and the era that the NBA is in right now are two different eras. The things that were focused on then are not the same things that are being focused on now. Then you needed to have a post game. You needed to be able to play with more physicality. You need to have more muscles on your body to take contact, go into the paint. That's the reason why you saw point guards have bigger shoulders like Steve Francis, Baron Davis, Jay Kidd. Why? Because they're going to be dealing with contact going through the paint. Whereas now you have freedom of movement. The players look a little bit more slender now. You don't need to be as built as you were before. Another example of that, look at Dwight Howard with the Orlando Magic and Lakers, then look at Dwight Howard with the Lakers in the second stint and beyond. He's a much slimmer, slender guy. Playing style of the league changed. Shot opportunities went up. 3-point shots went up. So comparing the first 800 games to this LeBron, it's a joke. There's nowhere near even close, right? LeBron was a totally different animal then than what we're seeing now. And to say that because they have identical numbers means that they're the same player across the board, because you can say, well, look, they're consistently the same. No. Look at the game, my boy. You got to watch the game to understand what you're seeing. There is no comparison whatsoever. The first 806 games is not this at all. That guy played defense. This guy doesn't play defense at all. You can't compare the two. LeBron is 41 years old. LeBron hasn't made an all-defensive team in 10 years. In 10 years. And you're showing me the same stats and talking about they're the same player. Are you insane? The guy hasn't made an all-defensive team since he was 31. Now he's 41. But because you can show similar stats, you want to confuse yourself and idiots, basketball morons that will look at that and say, oh, well, they must be the same player. No, that's the problem with stats. There you have it. It's my take. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show. Peace.